Thanks for listening to English Go Podcast. If you'd like to listen without adverts, read episode transcripts, or listen to extra bonus episodes, please check the description for more details.
If you're a business owner, you know these sounds mean sales. And from the sound of it, your business is growing. Whether you're fulfilling orders from your home office or warehouse, Stamps.com helps you stress less about mailing and shipping and spend more time doing what you love most. Listening to ASMR. I mean, growing your business. But as you grow, so does the need for efficiency. Stamps.com simplifies your shipping and mailing process. Import orders from wherever you sell online. Find the lowest rates with the fastest delivery times. Instantly deliver tracking updates to your customers. And buy shipping and mailing supplies when you run low. Save time and money on mailing and shipping. Get started at Stamps.com today with code PROGRAM for a 4-week trial, free postage, and a digital scale.
Right, so let's carry on with the Japanese, what was I even calling it? No, it wasn't Japanese, it was Japan holiday. So this is part 7. It's been a while since I uploaded the last one, so here's a quick recap for you. We were supposed to climb Mount Fuji, and instead ended up going to that sort of, that place with all the, bowling and game machines and all kinds of stuff in there. So the next day, actually, what did we do that evening? I can't remember. It was a while ago now. But the next day, we woke up fairly early. I think we probably got out by around 6:30, maybe. And we went to get the train into Tokyo Station, I think. Did we catch it from... Yes, I think we did. I think we caught the train from Tokyo Station, and it arrived in Kyoto Station. So we were heading all the way to Kyoto, which is... I don't know, how many hours does that take on the train? I seem to remember it being between 3 and 4 hours, which really isn't very... it's not a long time at all, really. But the bullet train, we were on the bullet train, and it does go very fast. So the first thing we did when we arrived was to put our bags, our luggage, in some lockers. And we've got loads of lockers at Kyoto Station. We've got loads of lockers at... I think they've got lockers at every train station I've been in so far. It's a pretty good system. But the bigger the train station, the more lockers it seems to have. And I think it was about 700 yen to hire the biggest locker. And we were able to put all of our luggage in this one big locker. So that's pretty cheap. And that's, all day fee. So the next we caught a train or a bus. I can't remember. And we were going north to this place. It was a bus, wasn't it? Yeah. It was a train and a bus. That's it. We went north to this place called Kifune, or is it Kibune? There seems to be two ways to pronounce it, depending on if you're going to the station or if you're going to there's a shrine there. But anyway, I can't remember which one's which, but it was roughly that sort of name. I think Kibune is maybe the station, and Kifune is the shrine, maybe. Anyway, this place is... it's a bit difficult to describe. I suppose it is it's a sort of Japanese equivalent of... I don't know. Where's a good place? Not the Cotswolds. It does have a sort of traditional feel to it, like somewhere in England, like the Cotswolds would. But maybe more like somewhere in Cornwall or Devon, sort of like southwest coast of England, where you've got these hills and you've got streets on the hills with all these houses on the streets, and it's a bit like a narrow street. You can sort of get that sort of feeling some places in England, but this had a lot more trees. There's a river that flows all the way along this road, and there's trees absolutely everywhere. It's like it's in a sort of almost like a valley, but a very small valley. I don't know what to call it, because we don't have this kind of geography, this kind of like sort of like landscape in England. But yeah, it's sort of got this sort of like nature-y type feel to it. Lots of trees, lots of plants, and then a street with many sort of traditional-looking buildings. And there's even this place where, well, there's several of these places, these restaurants, where people have built over the top of the river, and you can eat whilst you're sitting over the top of the river. That sounds odd. Maybe it is a little odd, but there's like a platform they've built, and you sit on there. And the reason you do that is because the river is nice and cold. So it's very cooling to sit close to it when you're eating food and the weather's too hot, which it was. And I thought, we'll go to one of these places, that'll be good. And then I looked at the prices. Wow. I'm pretty sure that I've been there before. A long, long time ago, I seem to remember eating at one of these restaurants. I do not think it was that expensive a long time ago. It's all of a sudden, the prices have gone crazy. Because this place I went to, it's not terribly popular with tourists, I wouldn't say. But yeah, they've pushed the prices up. And some of the staff were sort of outside the restaurants, and they were trying to call you in, like come in, whatever. I can't remember what they were saying. And some of them were speaking in English. And when the staff outside a restaurant in Japan speaking in English, it usually means the prices are very high. So it's not a good sign. Anyway, all you have to do is go like over the other side of the road, which is it's a very small road. You can only fit just about fit two cars side by side, two small cars side by side on this road. So it's really not far to walk at all. But because you're not sitting over the river, the prices are just normal prices again. So like a lot cheaper. So we went to this one place, and I can't even remember what style of place it was. I think I may have known at the time, and by what I mean is by like what food they were serving. I remember what I ate. But I think it was mostly noodle-based dishes, like soba noodles. So like it's a kind of wheat noodle, buckwheat noodle. I think it was. Yeah, I think maybe that's all they sold. Probably. But anyway, we went in and we were shown upstairs, and there was this huge room. Like, it's big even by English standards. It was a big room. But by Japanese standards, it's a massive room, because the rooms in restaurants over here are usually a lot smaller than back in England. So yeah, this was a big room, and it was completely empty. It was great. It was just me, my wife, and my parents sitting at this table for 4 people, and there's no one else there. And and when I say sitting at this table, I mean there were no chairs at all. So it was one of those sort of traditional style low Japanese tables, and we were sitting on these straw mats, tatami mats, and this was I think probably my parents' first experience of this kind of restaurant and this kind of room. I don't know. I mean, I've got tatami mats here in one of the rooms in my flat, so they've seen those before. But I think the sort of like first experience of this dining type style, and the room was lovely. It was really nicely decorated with lots of little ornaments and figures, and it looked really, like this is Japan, this room. So it was a great choice. It was much better than just sitting over the top of a river. We just got lucky. I didn't know it was going to be so good. We were just really lucky. And the food we decided to have, it's describing it is maybe a little difficult, but no, I can do it. It's like a potato, but it's what kind of potato is it? I don't know. I only know its name in Japanese. But there's like a sort of potato, maybe like a yam, or something like that, and it's grated or like shredded until it goes, until it turns like thick and sticky and slimy, very slimy. And we poured this. So we had these noodles that were cold. They're not in any water. They're just sort of. I need a picture of this, don't I? I will attach a picture or a few pictures maybe to this post on the Patreon page. So do take a look. Even if you're not, a member, you can sign up for free, and you should be able to look at the photos for free, I believe. Anyway, so there's this square sort of dish, and the noodles are in there, and they're sitting upon like a rack, so that they can drain. The water will drain out from the noodles, so they're sort of dryish. And I think, how did we eat them? I think we put them into a bowl and put all of this like slimy potato on top. And was there an egg as well? I can't remember. I need to look at these photos of myself, actually. Anyway, I liked it. My wife said this is really healthy food. I think it was. This was not the best food for my parents, to be honest. One, because it was incredibly slippy to eat. I mean, this sticky, slimy potato stuff, it's slimy. You're trying to eat these noodles with chopsticks, and my parents' chopstick skills are not amazing anyway. So it was incredibly difficult for them to eat it. And they really didn't like it anyway. I think if you're not used to eating slimy foods, then yeah, it's a bit weird. I was a bit on the fence. So, a bit like undecided about if I actually liked it or didn't like it. The noodles were great. And all the other flavors. I think we had some pickled vegetables as well. Really nice, lovely. It's just the slimy potato. I don't know. I'm maybe not a fan of slimy potato either. But sometimes things grow on you. Things grow on you. That's a good phrase. That is a good one. It means like something you didn't like before. Eventually, you came to like it, so it's grown on you. It's it just sounds weird, but yeah, that's what we say. So yeah, there's been things before in Japan, like there's fermented. Do you know what fermented means? It's that's the difficult one to explain, isn't it? There's some fermented soybeans called natto over here, and fermented sort of, I think it just means they've been sitting somewhere for a long time, and that it's almost like they've turned bad. Beer also ferments. Wine ferments. So it's the same sort of a similar process, not quite the same. But anyway, they're sticky and they're slimy, and they didn't even smell very nice. And the first time I ate them, I thought, not the best thing I've ever tasted, but now I love them. So yeah. Natto has grown on me, so maybe in time the slimy potato stuff will also grow on me. But yeah, apart from the fact that it was difficult for them to eat the food, and they didn't really like it. Other than that, it was great. It was a great place, and they really enjoyed the atmosphere of this restaurant, and also the little sort of street we were walking along, and all of the trees surrounding us. And it was hot on that day. Oh yes, we went to the shrine as well. I forgot to mention, and yeah, just really nice, very picturesque very traditional Japanese style. So it was a really nice introduction to Japan for my parents, because we'd only been here for like what, 2 or 3 days by this point, my parents. So yeah, everything was still like new and amazing for them. So yeah, it was a good choice going here. Anyway, we are almost at the 15-minute mark, so I will leave it there for now, and probably continue with another episode, another Japan holiday episode next time. Until then, bye-bye.
I'm Jess.
And I'm Jen, and we're the hosts of the beauty podcast Fat Mascara.
One of the makeup products we get asked about the most is false lashes. They can be tricky.
But not since we discovered Impress Press-On Falsies, the world's first pre-bonded press-on lashes.
That's right, no glue necessary. Just press them on underneath your natural lashes and go. One easy step.
Now everyone can lash. Get yours today at impressfalsies.com/beauty and use the code BEAUTY for 25% off all Impress Falsies products. That's impressfalsies.com/beauty and use the code BEAUTY at checkout for 25% off Impress Falsies products.
Ah, the satisfying sounds of more sales in your business. And from the sound of it, your business is growing. But you shouldn't have to pay more to scale your business. With Stamps.com, you can import orders from wherever you sell online, find the lowest rates with the fastest delivery times, and instantly deliver tracking updates to your customers and stock up on supplies. Get started at Stamps.com today with code PROGRAM for a 4-week trial, free postage, and a digital scale.
This is the summer to expand your horizons. You've had enough staying home. You've had enough confinement. It's time to explore. But before you set foot out the door, set foot in the ultimate travel shoes from Allbirds, like the breathable, silky smooth Tree Runner, the responsive foam and extra grip of the Tree Dasher, or the classic low-top look of the Tree Piper. Allbirds has a shoe ready for whatever adventures you have planned. Whether you're traveling to the ends of the earth or settling in for a staycation, you need a shoe that's versatile enough to go with any outfit, durable enough to wear over any terrain, and lightweight enough to make packing a breeze. Being made from insanely comfortable, breezy eucalyptus fiber is a plus, too. When you wear Allbirds tree shoes, you're in vacation mode before you even leave the house. They're the only shoes your suitcase needs. Boarding pass? Check. Passport? Check. The perfect travel shoe? Check. Find your perfect pair of Tree Dashers, Runners, Pipers, and more at allbirds.com. That's ALLBIRDS.com.